Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. And now, here's the host of Love Connection, Chuck Willery.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. He's raising a 15-year-old son and a 6-month-old son. He says that a couple of things that women like about him are his sexiness and his cleanliness. On a scale from 1 to 10, he refuses to date a woman who's less than a 5. Please welcome TP Hearn. Well, I'll say, on your scale from 1 to 10, what's the difference between a 4 and a 5?
Well, a 5 would be somebody who's just common. I mean, real plain, you know, maybe a little overweight, you know, not in proportion, you know, bland looking, you know. She's not running any beauty contests, but she doesn't look like Whoopi Goldberg exactly either.
Okay. Going to bring everybody up to date on what happened yesterday. We don't know what a 4 is yet. We showed the audience TP's choices. They voted on which one they thought would be best for him. Take a look and catch you up. First, there's Brenda. She refuses to date a man whose head looks like a peanut. That's what she said. Teresa, some of her favorite activities are discussing business propositions and chanting, I guess. Vera, she wants a man who knows how to have fun but isn't funny looking. Audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get that a little later right now. TP's going to tell us who he chose.
I chose Vera.
There she is. Say hello to Vera. Hi, Vera. How are you? Make yourself at home back there, and welcome to the show. TP will start us off.
Well, I picked her up early that morning. I went by her house, and we started about 10 o'clock. When I got there, she opened the door, and she was stunning. She was really nice. She had a beautiful smile. You know how some people have that smile they just put on, and then you have people who smile, but a happy smile that makes you want to smile.
Happy smile.
Yeah, she has a happy smile.
How did he look to you, by the way, Vera?
Well, Chuck, the first thing I noticed about TP was his legs. TP has a nice set of legs, and they're very hairy, too, Chuck. And I like a man with hairy legs. And the second thing that I noticed about him was his smile. Actually, his lips, he has very kissable-looking lips. I was very impressed. He looked
hairy
strong
legs
also.
And kissable
That's
lips.
important.
Well, now what happened?
Well, we went to dinner, and we wanted to go someplace that was different, so we went to this,
Moroccan.
Thank you, Doc. Moroccan.
Well, that's the place where you have to eat with your hands.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
You have a woman who dances around and
Right.
stuff like
We have
that.
the
Grape
dance.
dropped out of her navel.
Yeah. So is he getting kind of into a romantic setting here?
Yes. TP started feeding me with his hands, large portions of the appetizer, and my mouth isn't really that big, Chuck, but he was just putting these large portions in my mouth. It was kind of like, how bride and
Well, that
grooms
didn't sound very romantic.
It was romantic. We were looking into each other's eyes, and there were little sparks that were flying.
Looking into each other's eyes and gagging. That's great. Well, now what happened?
Well, no, it was actually kind of sensual. Chuck. The watch because she
I'll
was
take your word for
eating
it.
with her fingers and the licking of the fingers. So we left the restaurant and we went. I had an extra surprise for her, so I started back toward the beach and I told her I had a surprise, and she got a little leery because she's like, "Well, I really don't like surprises." No. So I thought I better talk to her, and I started telling her about things that me and my son do together. So she was like, "Well, how old is your son?" I said, "Well, I don't want to scare you, but he's 15." And she said, "Oh, well, that's not scary. I thought you were going to say, like, 5 or 6 months." And then I kind of went like, uh-oh, because I actually do have 2 15-year-olds and a 6-month-old. And I said, well, I don't want to hit her with all this now because it might be a little too much.
Would
so
that have frightened you?
Excuse me?
Had he told you that, would it have frightened you that he had a 6-month-old baby?
Yes, it definitely would have frightened me. Just the thought of, is what's the involvement with the other woman, with the mother.
Yeah.
That would frighten me.
Well, how do you feel now that you know he has a 6-month-old?
Well, now that I know he has a 6-month-old, there are some questions. I am curious. There's a couple questions I'd like to ask TP.
Well, it's an open forum. Go ahead. Why stop now?
TP?
Yeah, this is kind of interesting because there are a couple of questions I want to ask him, too, but I feel Go ahead, Vera.
TP, are you living with the mother?
No.
That's enough.
We found it. So we found it best that she lives there where she lives and I live where I live.
Go ahead, Vera, next.
I see. Is there any chance of the two of you getting back together?
Yeah, any chance of you guys getting back together?
No, we spent some nice years together, but we figured it's best this way.
No chance, Vera.
Okay, well, I'm also curious.
What?
Are you looking? Are you interested in me for me, or are you interested in me?
Well, these are exactly the questions I want to ask. How about that?
Actually, I need somebody to clean diapers and stay up at night. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Wrong answer.
Wrong answer. No, I'm just kidding. No, he has a very wonderful mother, and between the two of us, we do a good job taking care of him. My interest here is definitely in you.
Oh, well, I'm interested in you, too, and I'm willing to take a chance.
So what did you guys do after, where were we?
Eating with the fingers for dinner.
Yeah, what did you do after that?
And so we had like a little kiss, you know, and then I drove her home, and of course I walked in with her, and we talked for a few minutes, but it was really late by then, so I said, well, I better go, and we had one more real nice, long, special kiss.
Yeah. So did you fall right asleep, Vera?
Oh, no, it took me a while to fall asleep. I tried, but I couldn't get TP off my mind. I missed him from when he went, the minute he left out of my apartment.
Sounds like a
He's
real romantic date. Really did. Yeah. Let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you. Good date. They picked Vera 68%.
Yeah, absolutely, Vera. I definitely want to see her again.
Is that all right with you, Vera?
Excuse me?
He said he would like to ask you out again.
I'd love to go out with him again.
Okay, come on out. These kids are in the audience, aren't they?
Yes, I feel
in fact, I see the little one. Is this one? Well, bring him on up on stage. Come on up.
Bring him up.
Can I hold him? Can I hold him?
Please.
Yeah, let me see.
Come on, Kenny, have a seat.
I feel like I'm running for office. I'm kissing babies. This guy's not much older than, or not much younger than mine. How you doing, honey? Is he cute? I mean, how you not going to love this one?
I do have one other 15-year-old, but he's in Indiana.
And what's this young man's
He's here
name?
with us. This is Kenneth.
Kenneth?
Kenny, yeah.
Hi, Kenneth. Nice to meet you. Nice to have you up here. You a little nervous? What is it? They have great-looking kids, I'll tell you that. Yeah, you too. Let's come right back.
When you should be home, but you can't be home. New Formula 44M, the only one for coughs that relieves congestion, runny nose, and headache. It's the multi-symptom cough and cold medicine.
I couldn't miss our last class. I had to be sure 20 people I am very proud of become citizens of this country.
When you should be home.
Okay, tonight's experiment, gazpacho. 2 more for dinner? Sure. Okay, Molly, you're going to bed. Again. Now the music. Rock, rumba, reggae.
Since you have other things to think about than spots, use Cascade so your dishes will look great for the party. Cascade's sheeting action rinses spots away.
The centerpiece goes in the center.
Perfect. Don't take chances. Use Cascade because you don't have time for spots.
Look, it doesn't matter how little or how much money you make. If you've been hurt in a car accident and it wasn't your fault, we would really like to help you.
That's why at Georgian and Shan, we get paid only at the end of the case, out of the settlement or the award that we win for you.
You see, that's why we offer free appointments, so you can understand your legal rights.
Georgian and Shan. To reach the law office nearest you, call 1-800-WHAT NOW? Initial consultations are free.
When always women look for protection, they can see that the other leading maxis can stay wet on top. But Always and Always Plus are the only ones with dry weave, a unique top sheet, because it pulls moisture through into the pad and locks it there to help keep the surface clean and dry. Always and Always Plus, The only maxis with dry weaves give you a clean, dry feeling, always.
Our next guest loves picnics, weekend getaways, Monday night football, and she recently learned why guys are reluctant to approach her. Her license plate tends to turn men off, but in general, she claims that men fall for her very easily. Please welcome Lisa Cohen. Well, why do men fall for you so easily, Lisa?
Because I'm their mother image.
You're their mother image?
I know how to cook, and I keep a tidy house, and I do their laundry.
Keep a tidy house.
And then they want to be a well-kept man and move in. And it gets boring, and I blow them off.
Oh, so you take real good care of them like a mother. And
Yeah,
then,
I do.
Yeah.
Like a teddy
But
bear.
you'd rather not do that.
No, I want someone to take care of me.
Why does your license plate turn men off? What does it say?
Guy crazy. But I'm not anymore.
Well, then why does it say guy crazy?
I was once upon a time. Now I've gotten older, and it's real intimidating for most guys.
Well, they figured, what do I
They
need to go out with her
think
for?
I'm
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be intimidating. That might be inviting for a lot of guys. Ever thought of changing it? I mean, it's pretty easy. You just
Yeah, I'm going to change it to a cute nurse.
Cute. Oh, so you're a nurse. Oh, well, see? Okay, let's take a look at the men that Lisa had to choose from. Remember, you're going to pick the man that you think's best for her. Here we go. First, there's Jim. Jim thinks that air shows and conventions are great places to meet women. He claims that women usually end up dumping nice guys like him. He's studying political science in graduate school, and here's how women usually react to that news.
Ooh, you want to be a politician? Ooh, we get a bum rap. Either that or they think you want to be a lawyer, and that's even worse. Nobody likes lawyers. I guess except other lawyers. Even that's debatable.
All right, next there's David. He claims that women admire his hair, his intelligence, his record collection. He prefers dating women whose looks fall into the pretty to beautiful range. We asked David to tell us what he has to offer a woman.
I guess that I'm intelligent and that I like, luxury-oriented stuff, but not so much that it's flashy, and that I'm smart. Oh, I said that right. I'm intelligent. I have a good personality, I think.
Intelligent people often repeat themselves without realizing it. Finally, Eric, he says that if a date doesn't end up with a kiss, he probably won't date her again. He admits that he's not afraid to tell a woman that her haircut looks awful. Eric tells us the kind of woman he wants and why.
They got to be pretty good looking. They have to be a definite medium weight. I don't want to say I want someone that's 98 pounds, but on the same token, I don't want someone that's 350 pounds because I drive a truck and it would probably tilt to the side a little bit.
It's a wide range of weight. Okay, those are the three men Lisa had to choose from. Time for you to vote. Who do you like best for her? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the man that Lisa selected, hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do it 2 and 2. Be right back up.
Powerful, playful, perfect, maybe. Exquisite, extravagant, unexpected, maybe. You'll always feel perfect in maybe. 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 The clean, classic fragrance, like of a girl.
Call now and you can have 13 weeks of the Wall Street Journal and this valuable 120-page guide to understanding money and markets. That's 13 weeks of the journal for the news and ideas you need every business day. And this guide free, which tells you everything you want to know about money and markets. Now for only $34.
Call toll-free 800-228-5678. Today's Wall Street Journal. Faster, tougher, smarter. Call 800-228-5678 now.
They call it the Mexican Riviera. It's Acapulco, the land of eternal sun. Look south for your next vacation, and you'll find the new Acapulco Ritz Beachfront Hotel with 255 ocean view units. One of them is waiting just for you. For information and reservations, Call your local travel agency or call 1-800-523-5919. Remember, it's the Ritz.
Angela tells the kids not to fight.
There is never any reason to resort to physical violence.
She has a point. Listen to us, Sam.
But, Dad, who told you a sexy housekeeper?
And then there's times, you know, you gotta...
But there are always exceptions.
Come on, Tony. Show us what you're made of. Whip out your feather duster.
On the next, Who's the Boss?
Tomorrow night at 7 on XCTV6.
All right, we're back. Lisa's going to tell us who she selected.
Eric.
He's backstage. We haven't seen each other since we date. We always hear both sides. So little Eric Weiner. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Chuck. How you doing?
Just fine. Make yourself at home back there, and Lisa will start us off. Lisa?
Well, we talked on the phone throughout the week, and Eric was pretty afraid that I might look like Frankenstein's wife.
Really?
So I told him that the last thing that he needed to worry about was the way that I looked, because I had legs that would knock his socks off.
What would you think about that?
Well, Chuck, I was a little scared. Actually, when I did show up, she looked like a white version of Tina Turner, as the audience can see.
It's not all bad.
She was wearing a lace top and a jacket over that with shorts that were rather revealing. Long nylon, and there was a bead going up the back of the nylons and a little bow at the bottom, right above the high heels. But she looked very nice.
Hey, why don't you wear that outfit tonight? Sounds kind of good. So you look good. Does he look good to you?
Yeah, he rang the doorbell, and I looked through the door hole, and he looked great. I opened the door, and he gave me flowers and a stuffed animal, and he looked great. He had this sparkle in his eyes, and he had a big smile. And I asked him if I lived up to my expectations.
Up to his.
Yeah.
And he said?
And he said, he didn't say anything, he just smiled.
Dazzled.
I was speechless.
So now what do you do? Where do you go?
We went out to his truck, and as I walked up, he had a cardboard license plate that said "Girl Crazy" on it.
Very cute, Eric. Touché.
Chuck, actually, I figured, since we were talking and everything, and she said she has such nice legs and what have you, that she definitely had an attitude. She was a little arrogant, and I really like that in a woman, so I figured I'd meet her halfway, and I'd show her that I'm a little bit arrogant myself.
Yeah. So now what happened?
We went down to a restaurant in Venice, and we had a really nice dinner.
Now, is this a really up-class, upscale restaurant here, or one of those?
Well, it was a nice place, very nice. White tablecloth, 2 forks, knife. Unfortunately, when Lisa was eating her appetizer, she chose to use the wrong fork, but I didn't make a big deal about it. The waiter kind of chuckled when he had to remove the dinner fork. But,
so she went right for the inside fork.
Yeah.
Could you tell that Lisa liked you at dinner?
Yeah, she was kind of like trying to rub my leg under the table, and she actually mentioned...
Were you doing that?
She actually
no,
said...
I was
said,
the pole of the table. I thought it was his hard knee.
Yeah, she said
and
I had bony
knees. And it was the pole
knees.
that the table sits on. I told him he had a hard knee. He said, it's not my knee.
So hopped in the truck and headed back to your area. Now what happens there?
Well, we were getting off the freeway, and we were stopped at a light, and that's when he smooched me.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, so tell me about this, Eric.
We stopped at the light. It was about a 10 or 15-second light. It wasn't very long, so it couldn't have been too long of a kiss, but I could tell that Lisa was trying to, warming up to me a little bit. She moved a little closer to me, and we made up for the lost time when we got back to her apartment. In the front there, we were kissing a little bit longer in the front seat of my truck, and then I offered to walk her up to, to the door of her apartment.
Uh-huh. So he does, and now what?
I had to invite him in. He had a long ride home.
Did he?
Yeah.
So you invited him in?
So I invited him in, and the light was better inside, and I realized what a great chest he had. And I wanted to touch him. So I hugged him, and he had a nice butt, and I told him, and I squeezed the Charmin.
You look like you're completely stunned.
Shocked.
I'm shocked.
Are you? Well, let's go see what the audience picked for you. Maybe you'll really be shocked. Now, they picked Eric, 44%, as a matter of fact. Would you like to ask them out again?
Eric, do you want to go out with me again?
Sure, I'd love to.
Come on out, Eric. So now, what do you do, Eric? You're a what?
Assistant Director of Food and Beverage.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to have you both on the show. Just make yourself at home there. We're going to come right back. Thanks very much. We'll be back with our next guest right after this. Stay with me.
When you should be home, but you can't be home. New Formula 44M. The only one for coughs that relieves congestion, runny nose, and headache. It's the multi-symptom cough and cold medicine.
I couldn't miss our last class. I had to be sure 20 people I am very proud of become citizens of this country.
When you should be home, but you can't be home. New Vicks Formula 44M.
I've got the worst cold a human being ever had. I've got a major presentation tomorrow. I've got to rest. And I'm out of NyQuil. I could take these, but I'd still be up all night coughing, which means I'd be a wreck for the presentation, which means I could get fired. What am I going to do? Go next door like an idiot and ask? Could I borrow a cup of NyQuil?
Once you know what NyQuil can do, nothing else will do.
Have you been to the Tijuana Cultural Center lately? Come on, you're invited. Here you'll find the most modern movie system in the world and the largest screen in Tijuana, an exhibit that narrates the history and traditions of Mexico, music, theater, dance, and the best of the performing arts in its theater, expositions by national and international artists. Every day, there's something new and different to discover at the Tijuana Cultural Center.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection.
Powerful, playful, perfect, Navy. Exquisite, extravagant, unexpected, Navy. You'll always feel perfect in Navy. 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 The clean, classic fragrance, like other girls.
Okay, tonight's experiment, gazpacho. 2 more for dinner? Sure. Okay, Molly, you're going to bed. Again. Now the music. Rock, rumba, reggae.
Since you have other things to think about than spots, use Cascade so your dishes will look great for the party. Cascade sheeting action rinses spots away.
The centerpiece goes in the center.
Perfect. Don't take chances. Use Cascade because you don't have time for spots.
The year was 1962. Marilyn Monroe goes before the cameras for what was to be the very last time. What really happened in the final weeks of her life has remained a mystery until now. Thursday, we'll reveal the side of Marilyn the world never knew. For the first time ever, we'll see the lost footage of the movie she never lived to finish and hear from the people who were with her at the very end. Marilyn, Something's Got to Give, a special presentation Thursday.
Going to meet our next guest. She's from Dallas. She thinks she resembles Barbara Eden from the TV series I Dream of Jeannie. She's a tournament bridge player, and she admits that she started running in marathons for the sole purpose of meeting men. Please welcome Laura Karn. Well, now, where'd you get the idea to run in marathons to meet men?
Well, I picked up the Los Angeles Times.
Listen to that voice. Well, Chuck. Okay. Sorry.
And there was a picture about 45,000 men in shorts.
Yeah. So a lot of them out there.
And I thought, hey, I think I have a
I can
good
join that group. How many marathons have you run in?
I've done 7. And my favorite was Boston, New York, Big Sur was the most beautiful marathon. San Diego, San Francisco.
Oh, so you've run major ones, too, it sounds
Yeah.
like. Yeah, yeah. Well, now, these guys are running along going, water, food. I mean, how do you talk to these guys and meet them while they're, you know, it's a little pressure, I suppose. What mile do you attack in?
About 26.
About
And they're the weakest. I get them right there. When they're on the massage table, I move right in.
Are you looking for a serious relationship, or is this, you are?
Yes, very much.
Well, now, how serious are we looking at here? Are we talking about marriage or just a serious relationship?
Marriage. After my last marriage ended, I spent 2 years in the library reading all the books I could on self-help and relationships.
Did they help?
Yes, they did.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
good.
really did.
I'm glad to hear that. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a look at the tapes that Laura saw. Now, don't forget you're going to vote again. First was Hal. His father once told him to give a woman a fair chance, and he claims that he always tries to do just that. His only admitted fault is that he talks too much, and he wears a ring that looks an awful lot like a wedding ring, but it's not. Here's more on that.
It actually could be someday. It has a nice inscription in French. It's Dieu, cœur, un amour, which is 2 hearts, 1 love. And it's the only finger it will fit on, too. I guess I have to tell you that.
Okay, next there's Don. He recently spent 3 years teaching in Alaska, where he says the high temperature in the summertime was 10 degrees. He's a single parent raising his 2-year-old son, and he thinks that most of the women that he dates want too much affection too soon.
We've gone out and had a good time, you know, and it's like, okay, she sees me driving her back home, and then all of a sudden we get to her home, and she goes, well, you know, I don't quite understand, where's the kiss? And so I just lean over and kiss her and say goodnight, you know, and that'd be like the last time I'd see that person.
And finally, Richard recently ended a 13-year relationship because he thought the woman he was kind of boring. It took him 13 years to find out. He's a rock and roller turned banker. Richard recently asked a rather conservative woman who worked at his bank, or asked her out. Here's how she was dressed for that.
She had on a see-through fluorescent red shirt, braless, some skin-tight, shiny black pants like they'd been sprayed on, and spiked heels. Looked like a hooker. You know, just. And I kind of tested by going someplace close by to see what the reaction would be with people, and they stared at us so much for me to go back and change her clothes.
Those are the 3 men Laura had to choose from. Time for you to vote. Who do you like best for her? Audience has made its choice. We're out of time, so we're going to find out who Laura picked. Hear everything that happened on their date tomorrow. That's our show for today. I hope all your dates are good ones tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Chuck Willery's wardrobe furnished by Bernoulli. This is John Cervenka speaking for Love Connection. Love Connection is an Eric Lieber production, produced in association with and distributed by Warner Brothers Domestic Television Distribution.